Colby, congratulations on a very dominant victory from start to finish. Just grade yourself. Overall, how'd you feel about your performance versus what you expected in there tonight?
I felt pretty good, but, I'm my own toughest critic. I know I can do better, but, it's still better than everybody else in this division. No one's finished him like that. Everybody's taken him to the scorecards. He was done at the end of the third round. He was ready to quit. He told his coaches he was done. So, that was the worst decision he ever made, showing up to fight me. Almost worse is him not getting a prenup with his last ex-wife. And speaking of prenups, where's Jorge Masvidal up? I know he should have got a prenup with his ex-wife, so he needs to come see me for all the talking he's done. Come see if he can walk the walk. I talk the talk, I walk the walk. I want to see Jorge Masvidal in that octagon.
Interesting. So, Dana was here earlier. I don't know if you'd made it in here yet or not, but he said, Colby's right there. I mean, obviously we got to do Usman and Burns first, but Colby's right there. So, you said before the fight you weren't sure which one you'd prefer. Right now, if you can take a fight rather than wait for the title, you'd rather face Masvidal?
Well, yeah, if I'm not getting my title shot, which I deserve more than anybody, that last fight, there was so much controversy. It was a terrible stoppage. Everybody knew I was still in the fight. I stood right up and protested right away. The fake nut shot, it kicked him in the liver. He was ready to quit. The fake eye poke, just all the bullshit, So I want to see a fair fight, and that's what I deserve, is a fair title fight. And if I can't get the fair title fight, I want the best friends turn enemies fight with Jorge Masvidal, Street Judas. He's been talking all that talk reckless. At our old gym, he was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." Okay. Let's see it. Come see me in the octagon then. If you're so tough, let's see you back up those words. But he can't. He's going to go hiding. He's going to look for that soy boy out of California, Nate Diaz. He's going to look for easy fights because he knows I'll expose him just like I did Tyron Woodley tonight.
So do you think it'd be a bigger fight? I mean, they're talking about doing the rematch right now, Masvidal Diaz too. You think it's a bigger fight to do with you than it would be with him and Diaz?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bigger fight. Everybody knows Nate Diaz is done. He hasn't been relevant in 5-6 years. The guy fights once every couple years. He's got nothing left in the tank. He's had so many fights. He's got CTE. He shouldn't even be fighting anymore. It's a shame. His coaches, I feel bad that they let him go in the octagon anymore. So, they need to do this fight with me and George. He's been talking recklessly in the media. He's been saying all this shit. Oh, it's on site. This and that. Okay, come back up your words. I back up my words. All the talk I say, I walk the talk, and I talk the talk, and I walk the walk. Let's see it, Street Judas Masvidal.
As far as tonight goes, kind of ended in a weird way. Didn't take away from the fact that you were well ahead on the cards. The injury, do you know exactly what happened there?
Yeah, he was done. I broke him. The third round, he quit. I heard that after I cut him open and I put vicious ground and pound, he was done. He told his coaches he was done. He was just looking for a way out. He knew I trapped his arm, and I was getting ready to put vicious ground and pound on him and finish him right there, and he just would rather take the easy way out. He'd rather be a coward, a spineless coward like he is. So he's a woke little bitch, and he got exposed tonight, and that's why he's been running me for so many years. I've been calling him out for 5-6 years now, and this is exactly why I was calling him out, because I knew I would do this. And no one's broken. No one's finished him. So don't take away from my finish. He got knocked out. He got broken tonight, just like I said I was going to do, and retire him.
Fair enough. And last thing for me, Colby, again, there's a lot of interesting scenarios here for you, right? We know Usman and Burns is supposed to happen. I mean, you've earned a full camp. You've earned the right to know when the date is. But will you keep yourself ready just in case to say, even if it's a week notice, 2-week notice, if you get the fight with Usman, you'll jump in and take it?
Absolutely. I'm a company man, and I stay prepared, man. I'm not a part-time fighter. I'm a full-time fighter. I was ready to jump in, on the last fight when it got scrapped. I was ready to go on a week's notice. I say that. When I say that in the media, I mean it. Me and my new coaches, my new team at Colby Covington Incorporated, Daniel Valverde, Cesar Carnero, man, they've molded me and helped me grow as a fighter. I've made so many strides in my game, and you still haven't seen the best Colby Covington yet. I'm 32 years young. I'm still getting better every single day, and I'm still hungry. I love this sport. I love fighting, and I love proving I'm the best. And getting calls tonight from the President of the United States just makes it all worth it. It's just so humbling.
Hey, Colby. Was the fight tonight a fair representation of what happened when you and Tyron trained together in the past?
That's exactly what happened. In the championship rounds, he would quit. He would just tell his coaches, plain and simple, I'm done. I don't want to train anymore. I can't keep up with Colby's pace. He's too much, and he knows what'll happen if he's burnt out of gas. He knows I'll mark his face up, and he was already cut open badly from the vicious elbows I was landing in the round before, and the body work I was doing. He didn't want to fight no more, plain and simple. He just didn't want to get knocked out unconscious, so he took the easy way out. I don't blame him. He's a spineless coward, just like LeBron James.
Do you, when you were in the gym training, was Tyron more competitive with you, or was Jorge Masvidal more competitive with you?
Definitely Tyrone was more competitive. I mean, you could go look at the videos of me training with Jorge Masvidal. There's a video on YouTube, us in the apartment, training for 2 hours straight, me just toying with him, playing with him. And, when I used to train with Jorge in the gym, they'd tell me to go light on him. They'd be like, hey, go light on him today. We want to, he's preparing for his fights, and so we want to build his confidence. We don't want him to go into his fight, beat down. So go easy on him today because, we want to make sure that he's confident going into his fight. So Street Judas Masvidal knows who his daddy is. I'm still mad that last Father's Day he didn't give me a shout out because I am Jorge Masvidal's daddy.
What do you think Tyron Woodley should do now for his career?
I think he should do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to keep fighting, he still has his fight in him. He's still a great champion. He had a great career, but, I think that's up to Tyron. Whatever he wants to do, he's earned the right to pick what he wants to do.
Is the animosity between you two gone now that you've got the victory? You've proven that you're better than him in the octagon. Is it over for you, or are you always going to have that between you?
We're always going to be divided. He stands for everything I hate. He stands for evil. He stands for Black Lives Matter. I stand for America. I stand for dedicating this victory to all the law enforcement out there, all the military, all the people that put their lives on the line every day to protect our freedoms and to keep our communities safe. So, he doesn't stand up for that stuff. He hates that. He wants to defund the police, and it's a shame. So I'll never be friends with a guy like that.
Colby over here. What did the president say to you during your call?
The president just said, he's my biggest fan, and just as much as I support him, he supports me. And he said that he rushed away from a big rally he just had in front of like 36,000 fans, and he had to make sure he got back to watch my fight. And he just told me how unbelievable good job I did, and he just is so excited for me. He wants to see me fight for the belt again and bring him a new belt to the Oval Office. I'm the only fighter in the history of this sport to go to the Oval Office in the White House and give a world championship belt to a sitting president. So, it only makes sense that I'll be the second fighter to do it.
And then this was your first fight with your new team, correct? And then I think in one of the promos you said they helped correct a lot of like past mistakes. Did you? So looking at your past fights and this fight, did you perform as you expect with your new team?
Yeah, I performed just how I thought I would perform. I'm a better version than I ever said I was going to be. And I told everybody in the lead up to this fight, this is Colby Chaos 2.0. This is a new version of me. I have a team around me. My coach is Cesar Carnero, Daniel Valverde, who just completely focus on me. It's not a team anymore. It's an individual sport, and they're making sure my growth as a fighter is to get better every single day. So to get the knowledge from those guys, Cesar Carnero, my kickboxing coach, we take strides in our game every single day, and we're hungry and we're happy to train and we love it. So we're just getting started, man. I'm still young in the game. I'm 32. I haven't even hit my prime yet, and Daniel Valverde helping with my judo and my jiu-jitsu. That guy's the best judo and jiu-jitsu player in the world. I'll put him up against anybody in the world in jiu-jitsu. I'll put $100,000 on it. He'll go against any jiu-jitsu guy, and I guarantee he smokes him.
Hey, Colby, back here, sorry, to your left. Congratulations. With your success and the performance that you had tonight, is there a part of you that wishes maybe you moved to MMA Masters and Colby Covington Incorporated earlier on in your career?
Absolutely, Helen. I wish I got to my own team earlier. It's just the old team that I was at, it was holding me back. There was a lot of drama. There was a lot of bad energy, and I wasn't living and getting my full potential out of myself because I was worried every single day. I got guys like Dustin Poirier who's screaming at me, Street Judas Masvidal screaming at me, having coaches holding back, and I couldn't even train, man, because those guys were just draining my energy. So the lead up to my fights, I didn't even get training camps. So I'm so happy to be at Colby Covington Incorporated, have Daniel Valverde, Cesar Carnero, and it's just the training is amazing, man. We're just getting started, and the best is yet to come from us.
Now, after your win, you called out Usman. He has that big fight against Gilbert Burns coming up. Do you think that he beats Gilbert?
Who's he fighting?
Gilbert Burns.
Who's that?
The top contender.
I'm pretty sure I'm the top contender. Nobody just finished Tyron Woodley like I just did. The last guys that fought him, took him to decision. No one's finished him like that and made him quit. So, it didn't matter if King Kong was in there with me tonight. After getting a call from the president and getting to see him earlier in the week, he gave me the dragon energy. So, just like November 3rd in the election when Donald Trump gets his hands on Sleepy Joe Biden, it's going to be a landslide. The silent majority is ready to make some noise.
And you and I, we've spoken last year about Nick Diaz, and that's when you mentioned to me that you have signed to fight him back in 2018. What are your thoughts on his potential return in 2021?
Yeah, I signed to fight him at Madison Square Garden 2 years ago, and he was going to sign, and then he backed out last minute. So, that's an easy money paid to check. Nate Diaz is on that soy boy diet in California. He knows who the king of the West Coast is. I'm a kid from Oregon, a small town in Oregon, living the American dream. So he doesn't want to mess with me because he knows I'll take his life inside that octagon, and he'll never be the same person again.
But if you're not offered the championship fight next, or Jorge Masvidal, if that doesn't get worked out, do you still have interest to fight Nick?
Yeah, I would love to fight Nick. He's a high pressure fighter. I'd love to fight him. It'd be an easy fight, and I'd definitely retire him. Just like I retired Tyron Woodley tonight, Nick Diaz would never fight again. I promise you. After I got done with him.
Thank you, and congrats again.
Thanks, Alan.
You posted on Instagram that you were dedicating the fight to the police department, who's been vilified, and to military heroes. Now that you've won the fight, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I just want to dedicate this victory to them. All law enforcement, all military out there, men and women. You guys are the real celebrities. You guys are the real heroes of America. Not these woke athletes, not these spineless cowards like LeBron James. It's the law enforcement who protect our communities and keep us safe. All these athletes. They use law enforcement for private security to make sure that they're safe, and now they want to vilify them. They want to talk about the 1% of the 1% of the bad times that they do. What about all the other good things? What about 9/11 when they rushed in and put their lives on life to save all those people? What about all the good things they do every single day? So, I fight every single day, not only for the Trumps, but for the troops and for law enforcement.
Well, I guess with your other post, you called Tyron Woodley a domestic terrorist sympathizer. How do you draw that parallel to fighting for equal rights and social justice? How are those the same?
Because he's standing up for lifelong criminals. The Black Lives Matter is a complete sham. It's a joke. They're taking these people that are complete terrorists. They're taking these people that are criminals. These aren't people that are hardworking Americans, blue-collar Americans. These are bad people that are criminals, and they shouldn't be attacking police. If you're breaking the law and you're threatening the cops with weapons, you deserve to get what you get. So, that the law enforcement, protects us all. If we don't have law enforcement, it'd be the Wild Wild West. So, people need to go give a pat on the back to law enforcement every single day and thank them for keeping us all safe. Otherwise, all these criminals will be running the streets wild, and none of us will be safe.
So you're saying that Tyron Woodley supports criminal behavior and encourages it?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a communist. He's a Marxist. He stands for criminals. He hates America, and that's why he got broke tonight.
Understood. What makes him a communist? I don't understand how you arrived at that conclusion that he's a communist.
Because everything that he stands for, man, he stands for everything that is against America. He doesn't like America. He doesn't stand up for the rights of America. He doesn't stand up for law enforcement officers. He wants to defund the police. These are the same police that give him private security and him and his family, daily. So, now you want to vilify them and put targets on their back like LeBron James. These guys are heroes, man. These guys are real celebrities. So, we need to give a shout to law enforcement and stop trying to vilify them.
And just one more. Normally, you have a lot of build-up to your fights. You generate a lot of conversation. You move the needle. Why the radio silence going into this one? You weren't very vocal on social media this time.
Yeah, I was busy doing other things. I had to prepare a speech to talk with the President of the United States at his rally. I'm a busy guy these days at Colby Covington Incorporated. I'm focusing hard on my fighting and training every day. And, I've noticed all the media say, oh, why are you quiet? Oh, so are you guys admitting that I'm entertaining, that I make all your guys' lives a lot better by seeing the thing I post? I think so. So, I'm here to make money. I'm not here to make friends.
Colby, congratulations on the victory. Just one question. You're here to make money. The Schmo saw the IG post, 3 chicas, mybookie.ag. You put down money on yourself, 3-1 favorite. How much money did you win this evening?
Are you talking about with the fight, or are you talking about at the sports book? I'm a wealthy man. I'm doing good for myself, and I told all the fans out there, count on me, man. I'm the sure money. It's a guaranteed lock. So not only did I make a ton of money in my bank account, I know I made all my fans. I know I made all their bank accounts great again. So it was a great night, Schmo.
The sports book. How much?
Too much to count. I went over to the Win the other day, and they think that I'm putting too much money down there, and they don't like my action anymore. They think my action is too sharp, so they don't want to take my bets anymore.
You did have a cheering section up there in the Apex. I saw Dan Bilzerian. What does your post-fight celebration look like tonight?
Ooh, a lot of mamacitas, a lot of cardio being worked on. I'm always in training, so I got to keep getting better. I got to get back to the bedroom cardio and get ready for my next fight.
Congrats.
Thanks, buddy.